Hi, my name is Mercy and welcome back to the channel. Now, I spend a lot of time sending people memes. I have no idea. By the way, is it memes or memes? I don't know how people pronounce it, but I call it memes. I spend quite a lot of time sending people this and people get annoyed with me. So I just thought maybe I would share some of the memes that I kind of like and how they relate to what people do. So this is going to be the first one. As I said in that video, in the intro, that today we're going to talk about one of my favorite memes, and that meme that I've just added there, that's the one. Let's talk about how people look at you, how your relevance is determined by your financial position. Now, I know this is not for everybody, not everybody has the same experience, but quite a lot of people complain about the fact that people who have money tend to be looked at as more relevant than people who don't have money. I think this is a normal thing because people tend to consider money a sign of achievement, and when you've achieved, then people want to hear what you have to say. When you don't seem to have any form of achievements, nobody really cares what you have to say, because what do you know? I am not of the belief that we have to judge people by how much money they have, because I think it's a very limited way to look at people. People might have something to contribute even if it's not financial. On the other hand, it's also quite hard to look at people from a different perspective. Okay, I can look at you and say, yeah, I would look at you and say that, okay, maybe you're a nice person, but you don't have ABCD. I can always come up with the reasons why I would look at you in a different way. You get? No, you don't, because even I don't think that made total sense in the line with what I wanted to say. Now, I can look at you and I decide to judge you because, first impressions, right? First impressions. So the way you look at somebody and to judge them by how they talk, how they walk. I had to judge people by how they're dressed. I think that's living in Europe. I have met quite a lot of people who cannot dress to save themselves. But then I've also met people who dress and they are not what you think. So sometimes I tend to judge people by how they introduce themselves and how they talk, which is also not good. But listen, there has to be a scale for judging you. I mean, I'm not going to say that I will not talk to you after I have judged you as this. It's just I will kind of it will kind of make me decide how and what I feel like talking to you about. And I know I get judged based on a lot of things, and I don't. It used to bother me, but now it doesn't anymore. Because people have a right to have their scale of deciding. You can't just be the same person to everybody. So do not feel bad when people judge you because they feel like you are not relevant. What you can do is just make sure that you show them your relevance. When I host networking events for ladies, I always tell the ladies one thing. Everybody has something to offer. And when the ladies have everybody has something to offer, and the more they have to offer, the more they lose or the more they're looking for, the more they forget that they have something to offer. A good example is if you're looking for a job, people tend to say, I'm looking for a job, and you feel like you're asking the other person for a favor, when in reality you're filling a gap that that person has. If the employer has a gap, that's why they're employing you. But we don't feel like that at that time when you're looking for a job. So I always look at it like sometimes just don't feel the need to look down on yourself just because others are looking down on you. You need to just realize that that's their loss. They're the ones who are not seeing your potential. They're the ones who are missing out on the amazing, great stuff that you can give. So, yeah, that's what I get from this meme. So, when I send you a meme like this, don't get mad. Just know that I was thinking that you have a lot to offer.